the game?
First of all, congrats to Sweden. I think they fought a great game. I think it was a high-intensity game. We battled the whole 40 minutes, but at the end, little mistakes kept us from winning the game. I think we had too many of those. We were leading up, I think, 9 points, like 2 minutes ago, 2 minutes to play the game, and we let them have easy looks, offensive rebounds, and that cost us the game.
Thank you. Do we have any questions for Karen? Yes.
David, Glückwunsch zu deinem persönlichen Spiel, um zumindest was Positives hervorzuheben, der zweitbeste Wert in der DBB-Geschichte. Wie hast du dich da draußen gefühlt? Du bist ja momentan generell sehr heiß.
German or English?
English, please.
Of course.
And then we can take Germany. Then we can take German after
okay.
we're finished with the official part of the whole thing.
What was the question?
English, you can.
Yeah,
in English.
You just scored 43 points, which is the second highest in the history of the federation. You recently been very hot also in the domestic competition.
I mean, every time I put the jersey on, it's a great honor. I try to represent it as best as I can. And when a coach took this job, he came to me and told me he flew out to Tenerife to me and sat down and wants really me to come back and join the team. And I really appreciate it. Shows great character. And I try to do the best I can. Unfortunately, we didn't get the win, but I'm still honored to be part of history.
You good?
I would go for another one.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Can you say a little bit more detailed what happened in the last 2 minutes out there on the court?
I can give you a breakdown. I think when we missed a shot, they get down. Haakonsen made a 3. Then we also I have a travel violation. Haakonsen gets down again, hits another shot. Then we quite didn't get a good look. I miss a shot. Haakonsen goes, has a drive to what's this guy's name? Got it for he missed layup. Bjergardner with a great tip in, and at the end we couldn't finish. We had a great look. Ossetowski took a great shot, but we also had a rebound, offensive rebound, and Chris missed a shot. I think we battled, but those are the little mistakes what cost us the game. The offensive rebound, my travel violation, and also one time we shouldn't go under the screen where we should go over. So basketball is all about details, and I think those details cost us.
Please review it again.
Yeah. Thank you.
Well played. Okay. Yes, please.
In the first quarter and second quarter, I think that the game was tied. Even in the third quarter, we are not that it is difficult for both teams. But in the fourth quarter, I think we break the game, and we have 11 points up in the first. After 4 minutes, they asked for timeout. We have 10 points, 8 points, 2 minutes to finish. We need to close the game, and finally we doesn't do it. And small details like David says, finally we can win. We arrived. They scored 2 threes. Haakonsen, we have 2 shots that we don't score, and finally arrived a tie game. We have the last shot to win. We miss. This is basketball, but now the atmosphere was great here in Sweden, and now we come back to home, to Germany, to play as home and try to make the best.
Thank you very much. Do we have questions?
Hello, Coach. Carlos Riba from Poland. Not to take anything away from Sweden's victory, but I have a question like in general in the vacuum. What's your take on it has been done a couple of seasons ago, and it does not benefit countries like Germany, like Spain. I mean, the structure of eliminations instead of like summer qualifications, summer tournaments, where the whole squad was available for the team. NBA players, for obvious reasons, are not able to play. That benefits countries like Sweden,
Yes,
and Poland as well.
Okay, we know that we have, and we know how difficult it is for us. to compete in the windows. We have between NBA and EuroLeague, we have 21 players that he doesn't come with us. And finally, of course, we believe in the a lot of players that we have, but sometimes it's more difficult for us because we don't come with the best team that we can do, and we have some players that is not here. No, I think it's not good for countries like us or countries that have a lot of players in NBA or in EuroLeague. But we know, and now we're thinking only in the Monday game.
So Alex, was probably expected that it's going to be a little take a little while, so all the guys will mesh. In the end, if you look at guys like Timan, I think he's 0 for 10, Fly 0 for 6 or 5. Usually that's not happening. So I guess it wasn't been that bad, but structure-wise, did you see any huge problem, or you're already a little bit pleased with how it looked on the floor?
Okay, that's normal. Tibor scores 0 points, or Johannes Timmen miss some shots, easy shots, or miss some rebounds that we take the rebound after we miss. No, one Nico, one Kai, Brunke. But we know this is form part of the game. You need to. Finally, the games is decided about the small details. Okay, we don't have the best details in the last minutes. Okay, we are in good offensive rebound, but because we have a lot of shots, we miss a lot of shots, and we are in because we control the offensive rebound. But it's true that we need something more to win us here, no, in Sweden.
Last play was designed in that way.
What?
The last play from Osetkowski was designed that way, that he should take the shot.
So we want to penetrate, and we have the space to him or Johannes Timman to finish, but he feels that he goes in the right way. This is a decision a little bit from the players. We want to finish with a layup, but he feels that he was alone. He's in good shape, and finally he take the shot. Now maybe he can go in, of course. We designed for go-ins and finish with a foul or a basket, but basket is from the players. Finally, he take this decision. If he scores, we talk about another things. No, and finally he shoot along, and we don't score.
The young guy Jaquil played a lot of minutes, almost 40 minutes. You've been impressed with his showing today?
Yes, he can help us. He suffer a little bit with the pressure. No. Okay, we know that in this position, some moments we have a little bit turnovers, no, and for him he's young, and we keep, working with him. But of course, it's the first time that he played with us, and we can help him because he's very young. He have the character to play one game like this, and now, like I told you before, we go home and I'm sure that atmosphere is the same like here, even better.
And last one, are you aware of how Gordy Herbert started his tenure as national team coach?
What?
Are you aware how Gordon Herbert started his tenure as a national team coach? He lost the home game against Estonia.
He starts, no?
What?
He lost the first game. When I talked with him, he told me, I lost the first game, and finally he makes history. Okay, I will say that it is the same, no? But now I'm a little bit fall down because we're losing the game, but tomorrow we're ready to fight again for Monday. Thank you.
Welcome to the second part of the press conference after host nation Sweden beat Germany by 73-72. With us we have the Swedish player Simon Brigander and the Swedish coach Mikko Rippinen. We will start with Simon Brigander. Please give us your view of the game.
Well, tough game against a very good team with a player who was so hot. It was a long time ago I saw a player make 43 points in a game. A very good team, like I said, good offensive rebounds, very hard to box them out when they go so many four players every time going to the rebound. But I think we stayed consistent, we believed in ourselves, and in the end we came out with the victory with good defense in the end of the game, and Lude made some tough shots there in the end. I had a lucky tip, and yeah.
Do we have any questions to Simon?
Adam Usel, press reader, how is the feeling to win over Germany?
Very good. It's like Mikko said before the game, a lot of people cannot say that they beat the world champions, and now we can say that we beat the world champions. Of course, it's not the same players that have a lot of NBA or EuroLeague players, but it's still Germany, one of the biggest teams in all over the world, so it's super great.
You won the game today, but what can you do better to next time to take from this game and do it better?
Well, I think our defense was very solid, but the offensive rebounds, I think, was the main cause that they killed us. And then try to stop Kramer so he doesn't score 43 points again. Try to be harder on him in the pick and rolls and everything to make it harder for him. But especially the offensive rebounds, they got a lot of second chance points because of that. And I think that's the main goal for next game.
You mentioned Kramer, 43 points. What's the feeling for you players when you just see him shucking up threes and just hitting them time after time?
Well, in the beginning you get a little bit angry, but in the end when he makes some crazy shots in your face, you're like, what should I do? But sometimes you just have to double team or do whatever to make him make a tough decision or make him pass the ball to another player, and that's what we tried to do in the end of the game, and I think it worked better when we did that. We tried to get the ball out of his hands so the other guys had to decide the game for them. But yeah, I think it's just crazy when a player has one of those games.
Thank you.
So we are finished with you, Simon. You may go to the dressing room if you feel like that, and I think you do. So welcome Mikko Rippinen, Swedish coach. Please give us your view of the game.
I agree with Simon. It's a tough-fought game against a very good team who has been good for many years and has many players that plays at a good level. And incredible game by David Kramer. Credit to him, of course. But also a lot of credit to our players for sticking with the plan, sticking with each other, believing in each other. The energy was good throughout the game, and the players were supporting each other, which was a very important thing for us to make some big shots down the stretch.
We talked about Kramer already, 43 points, but the rest of the team, I think they had one more player with 17 points, but the rest of the team wasn't that high scoring. They had totally 5 players in the score sheet. That must be good for your team.
Yeah, good and bad with his 43 points, but I think we had solid defense throughout the game, even on Kramer, who made some spectacular shots. The problem was the defensive rebounding, because it didn't allow us to get in transition, and we have many players that's good in transition. It allowed them to get multiple opportunities to score. So that was a big problem, but the defense itself before the rebounding part I think was okay, but everything can be better, of course.
How about offense? Is there something you can improve there?
Yeah, we came into the game a little bit blind on their coverage, how they would play. Now we have more information and can work from this. I think the players adjusted good in the second half to some of the pick and roll defense, and we took what the defense gave us. But I think offensively, at some part of the game we played pretty good, but we missed some layups and free throws in the first half, which made the score very low, and maybe the feeling became a little bit stiff.
Any play in particular that you want to highlight maybe from today?
We are a team and we do this together, but I want to give big credit to Simon. He's a high-profile player of the ACB. He's one of the absolute best players on our team. I think he scores 3 points today, of course 2 very important, but he is a team player first. He's a very good role model on how you're supposed to be when you have that status. Ludde Håkansson shot us back into the game. Big threes. When he plays in Stockholm, it feels like he can make shots from half court. And then, of course, Chris Serapovic making 2 historic free throws for Swedish basketball.
And just one last question. You talked about playing here in Stockholm. How was the support from the fans today?
We wouldn't have won without them. They were a 6th player. I'm very, very appreciative of everyone working at the federation and everyone helping them to create this type of atmosphere, because it's memories for life. Even our guys that plays in ACB and so on, this atmosphere is crazy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So we say thank you for this evening. Sweden won 73-72. Good night.
Tack så mycket.
Tack Mikko.